From the campus of the University of Iowa, it's baseball time in Iowa City. Live from Duane Banks Field, it's the series finale between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Welcome to the broadcast booth in Iowa City alongside my fine color analyst, John Evans. I'm John Leo. Iowa clinched the series yesterday with a run rule victory in 7 innings over IU. The Hawkeyes moved to 19-4 in the Big Ten, their best start since 1990 in league play. Today, Ben Grable goes for the 23-20 Hoosiers. Reese Buter starts for the 30-12 Hawkeyes. Change in weather conditions today with the wind blowing out to left field. Could be a high-scoring affair between the Hoosiers and the Hawkeyes. Back-to-back sweeps, that's what's on the line today to keep firm control on top of the Big Ten. It's the Hoosiers and the Hawkeyes, Indiana and Iowa, live from Duane Banks Field in Iowa City, with first pitch coming in a bit. Let's recap the series so far. The Hawks have already clinched it, going for the sweep today. Back on Friday night, it was a walk-off winner, 2-1 in 10 innings over the Hoosiers. First one to Dan Rogers, ripped into the right field corner. Long run for Koski. He just now picks it up. D-Raj with a leadoff double to start the fourth. 2-0 to Rogers. Dan hits high to right field. Koski going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. He leaps up and it's gone. D-Raj ties us up at 1. Boom. He grips it and rips it. Line drive into center. Risley coming forward. Miles dives. He caught it! Right on the eye of the Tiger Hawk. Risley with the diving, sliding grab. And that saved extra bases. Woo! We'll see if he delivers the 2-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got him!
All right, let's get her on.
Let's win a ball game. Thomas pitches to Guerin. Blake shows the bunt, pushes it right side. First baseman comes down. Risley scores, and the Hawkeyes win it. How about that gutsy call? A 2-strike bunt from Guerin wins it for the Hawks. 2-1 in extras. And for as exciting as that game was, we welcomed a 13-2 7-inning winner yesterday. Ball, no strikes on Frost. The pitch. Jackson hits high to left field. Get going, baby! It is gone! An absolute no-doubter for Frost. 2-0 Hawks. He struck out Taylor the first time up. Taylor sends it right back to Savary. He throws to second for 1. Over to first. Double play! 1-6-3. Ha-ho! Gilly set from the belt, pitches. Wilmus hits on the ground and through into center field. Frost scores. Here comes Nelson. He scores. 2 RBI single for Benny the Jet. 6-0 Hawks. Crowd on their feet again. Nobody out in the inning. First and second for the Hoosiers. The 1-1. Ground ball to short. Mitchell's got it. Flipped to second for 1. Over to first. Double play. Got it. The pitch to Ben. Breaking ball hit in the air down the left field line. It's carrying towards the foul pole. Get going, baby. And it's gone. A grand slam from Benny the Jet ends it at Banks. Wilmus and Frost had great games yesterday. They'll talk with John Evans right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bent grass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Welcome back to Hawkeye Pregame. I'm here with Jason Frost and Ben Wilmus. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, John.
All right, so we'll start with the game yesterday. Jason, you came up big spot early in the game and delivered with 2 outs right away. What did you see in that at bat?
Just going up there to have fun. I saw the previous guys going up there, and they were kind of giving me details of when they're coming back to the dugout and what they were seeing, and kind of gave me an idea of what I was going to sit on in my approach up there, and just had fun up there and let it fly.
You followed it up with a second at bat. Did he change the approach? Did you, or did he follow up the same thing and you got him again?
I kind of changed my approach that time. I kind of started off speed because I knew I got a heater the first time, so I had to kind of switch it up a little bit. I knew he wasn't going to give me a back-to-back. So.
Well, it worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah, no, I would say so.
And then, Wilmer, you're used to starting the games and setting the tone. You ended up finishing the tone yesterday. You didn't get all of it. That wasn't your best home run. But what did you see yesterday on the that last swing?
Well, I just want to say thanks for bringing that up, John. And,
hey, I'm just telling you, you've hit better.
See, it goes down as a home run in the scorebooks. But, in that point of the game, all we were trying to do is add on more and, any way possible, like I said last night. And, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes the pull gets in the way, and then, you end up going home early. But, Coach Heller came up to me right after the game. He said, hey, that's really big. Saved our bullpen for Sunday's game. So just in that perspective, just trying to help out the team any way possible.
Yeah, that was a huge deal because Daniel came in, got the last out of the seventh inning, but then that was it. So I assume the whole bullpen's available. But how do you guys deal, either one of you, how do you deal with a bullpen? Every time I look at the scouting report and they've got a new guy come in, it's like, he throws 92 to 94. He's got a good slider. He's got a good changeup. But then maybe they don't locate as well. How do you go up and be ready for, especially when you're one of the first guys to see a new guy, to go, okay, what am I going to get today from this guy?
I can start, it really starts with what Marty Sutherland does for this team. He has every scouting report in the books. There's a lot of details he leaves out, like certain sequences where he throws fastballs more and whatnot, and basically it just goes up. He's just like, hey, if he's 92, 94, you got to get your foot down just a tad earlier. Some other important details is extension, which plays into that, which this pitcher today has a really good extension, and his 94 is going to feel like 96 sometimes. And so, Marty does a great job. We do a great job as a team. If I strike out to lead the game like I did yesterday, I come back in and I'm just like, hey, I was on it. Don't get me wrong, I was on it, but he just got the best of me. That's all. That's about it. So.
Yeah, just add on to that. It's just about trusting the process, trusting the training. Every day we come in for practice, and Marty puts us through those drills and those things that maybe we might hate that day, but at the end of the day, they come out and they show forward out here on the field.
So you guys had the 40 Dudes Having Fun T-shirt on yesterday, which has been great. One of the guys in the clubhouse did that after the big win. How does that carry over? It was Chaz and Hoagie and Mitch Wood last week. You had different guys step up. you hit the home run yesterday to kind of get everything going. It feels like any given day I could be talking to a different one of you guys because there's always somebody else. What's that like in the clubhouse? Feels like you're always kind of picking each other up, having a good time.
I feel like we're just a strong bond. We're a team that we play together, and we pick each other up, and we can lean on each other to play. And whoever's in the lineup, we trust those guys, and we trust them to do their thing and play ball and have fun. And I think that's what that 40 dudes having fun kind of means right there. It's just leaning on each other and knowing that we're going to get our job done.
40 dudes having fun is the most guy saying you've ever heard in your life. And that really explains the kind of team that we are, whether you are starting one day, whether you're a reliever, whether you're a red shirt, it doesn't matter. When we're all together, it is a strong chemistry that we have on this team. And it's really special to feel that, at least for my last year. If I can leave it with that, that's what I would do.
So the 2-1 game is fun in its own way. 13-2 is more fun from an announcer perspective, a little less stressful. How do you now come back out, make sure, hey, it's Sunday, but business isn't done? We've still got some. You played yourself into a way by having loftier goals by taking it one game at a time. How do you keep that one game at a time going?
Just kind of keep that mentality right there, what you said right there, John, just one game at a time, and just have fun, just play ball. That's right. That's it. That's all I got to say.
I think one other thing that we got is we have habits that we do every single game, and if that includes talking smack to some of your buddies and get them fired up before the game, that's the best. I call Jason ugly every single day, so that's kind of our thing that we say. And since that point, especially with Jason, I can go up to him, talk to him any way possible, and could be good, could be bad. I actually got on him yesterday because he kind of had a brain fart in the infield. And I'm like, Jason, stay locked into the game. And he looks at me and he's like, you're still ugly. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So, yeah. That just proves the kind of guys we are on this team. So,
well, I talked to Hawkeye and Wright at Michigan, and it was the same sort of thing. They talked about helping each other out, but also poking a guy and getting him going when you need to. And that's what really a good teammate isn't going to let you slide on the details.
Yeah, best teams are coached by the players, and I feel like we do a really strong job of that this year. We can give each other crap as much as we want, but at the end of the day, they are our brothers for life. And, in 25, 30 years when we come back for the letter winners night, we're all going to be here and we're all going to remember all those little stories. So
19-4 in conference. Why don't we go ahead and get to 20-4 today and see how that goes?
Sounds good, John. Super nice.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Jason Frost, Ben Wilmus. John Leo will be back with Coach Heller right after this. This is Iowa Hawkeye pregame from Learfield.
Different people have different needs. Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to your community. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental. For your smile, for your health, for your community.
Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball forward Hannah Stuelke teamed up with 22 & Vine at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to bring you an exclusive creation, the Hamburger. This mouthwatering masterpiece features 2 delicious sausage and beef patties with crispy bacon jam, melted American cheese, and a perfectly fried egg, all nestled on a French toast caramelized brioche bun. Experience the Hamburger today, available only at 22 & Vine. It's a game changer.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Today, the series finale with the Indiana Hoosiers in town. We're joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller. Coach, a nice win yesterday.
Boy, the guys played great yesterday. I was really pleased. Great start out of Savory. Exactly what we needed. I mean, he's been so good for so long now. And then, on a big day like yesterday, full house and an offense that he was facing like Indiana, and he just did a great job, pitched outstanding, and then played great defense. And I thought our offense was really impressive yesterday. 1 through 9, I mean, tough outs and all the things that we talk about every time we talk on the pregame show that we're looking for. What you saw yesterday was when it was clicking, that's what it is, pass the baton, next guy, get the job done. We executed, runners at third, less than 2 outs. I mean, it was a textbook performance by the offense, and then it was great to get out of there early with the 10-run rule. We didn't have to expand the bullpen at all, and couldn't have worked out any better for us that way. And Ben Wilmus had a big game, and Jackson Frost got us going with a big home run to put us on the board, 2-run homer, and that was good to see. Jason hadn't been out there in a while on the conference game, and really came through, and just a great effort all the way around.
Back to Savory's start, Coach. The first couple of innings, he was striking them out, right? And then they made a little bit of an adjustment. They put some more balls in play, and then felt like Aaron adjusted back to pitch to that strength.
That's the wild thing when you watch Aaron pitch, is like when he's really locating and getting ahead in the count, he strikes guys out. Mm-hmm. But he has days where he doesn't get ahead in the count, and then he'll get weak contact. And then, he still has that random 2 outs, nobody on, hit a guy in the foot, or walk a guy. And he just always seems to live through it. And I've just kind of come to accept that's the way it's going to be at times. It's way better than it was when he was a freshman and even as a sophomore. But still a little bit of that in there that kind of drives the coach nuts. But Aaron usually digs his way out of the hole sometimes.
Coach, you picked up your 30th win of the season yesterday. We talked about it with Marty on the postgame show yesterday. Every year you've been here, you've got to 30 wins. I know there's bigger goals out there.
Oh, it's a big one, though. I mean, especially with this team. At the beginning of the year, no one really knew what to expect. And, we liked a lot of things about the team, but didn't know if it, how it was going to play out. And the way it has to this point, I mean, this team has been just a ton of fun to coach. I mean, it's a coach's dream to have guys that show up and play hard and play unselfish and care about each other and care about the program more than they care about themselves or their own agenda. And when you do those things, you give yourself a chance to win most days, and you can outperform more talent and all that stuff. And this team is living proof that when you're a true team and everyone plays together, you can do great things.
Chance today for back-to-back sweeps in the Big Ten, Coach, this time against Indiana here at home. What do you see against Grable, who will pitch for the Hoosiers?
He's good. Good arm, just like the guys we've seen. We've seen a lot of good arms. Running up to 94, 95, and good. I guess I would say his second, he don't really have a plus secondary pitch, but solid changeup, solid breaking ball. Same as always with those pitches, you got to make him elevate, and you got to stay off the edge and stay off down. And his fastball can be, he could, if they choose to, and he's on. I mean, he can bully a little bit with his fastball. But like I told the guys before the game, if we're as dialed in as we were yesterday at the plate, we'll have a great day. I mean, he's a very similar matchup as a lot of the guys so far that we've talked about. We're not going to have to change the plan. It was pretty much the same plan. And then, get him out as quick as we can and see what's left in their pen. I know they have a good left-hander that we haven't seen, and another good right-hander that we haven't seen. But like we told the guys on Friday, you're not going to see anybody out there that doesn't have good stuff. I mean, Indiana has a lot of stuff arms, and to our point on Friday night, you just hope those guys that tend to beat themselves or hit guys or wild or whatever, you don't catch them on the wrong day where they really pitch well. And we kind of did that. We ran into that against Nebraska on Sunday, where they were out of sorts in a positive way. You know, you saw the best version. I thought Michigan's pitchers pitched us pretty well too, and all those games were close, and we found a way to win. But they did pitch us really well. Pitching usually wins if they execute, John. I mean, whether it's us, them, doesn't matter. And we are pretty good at forcing them to beat us, and that's what we need to do today on the offensive side. And then, like always, you have to play good defense. Can't give them today. Today's a day where the free bases are going to hurt even more as the wind's blowing out the left field, and it'll be more like their home field in Bloomington, where it seems like the wind always blows out and it's a launching pad. And I'm sure the Indiana hitters' eyes are lighting up after 2 days of the wind blowing in here at Banks Field. So we're going to have to be on, and Reese Buter's going to have to be on as well. And he has been the last 2 weeks. He's been outstanding, and we're going to need him to be outstanding again today.
Bullpen is in pretty good shape, Coach, considering the run rule victory yesterday.
Yeah, we're gonna have a a Tony Watts that can go about as long as you need. Okay. Bandite about as long as you need. Tyler Guerin for a couple. Probably get one out of Hogue. You got Hart, you got Whitlock, you got Archer, you got Will, you got pretty much the whole staff. You can mix and match and do what you need to do. Walker.
Dan Wright.
What's that?
Dan Wright.
Yeah, Dan came in. Dan's kind of an old man, so we'll see.
That's good.
We'll see how Dan feels today. But I mean, I'm sure if we needed Dan to go, he would go. I just don't know. He may be fine. He only threw 7 pitches yesterday, but throwing a longer stint this week in the midweek, and then getting up. He had to get up on Friday, and then actually getting in the game for a short stint yesterday. Whether we'll use Dan or not, I mean, he's probably going to be on the board, but you got other guys that are fresher. We'll probably go to them first.
Does that impact how you go with Reese today and his start, how long his leash might be?
Well, unfortunately for the Sunday starter, which is Reese, and if you have a full pin, I mean, the leash is usually pretty short because there's no sense waiting around. Friday, Saturday, a lot of times you can work. You have to let them work through it because you don't want to set yourself up for bad things back into Saturday and back into Sunday. But today, with a pretty loaded pin, it'd be great to get 5 out of Reese and hopefully limit the damage. But yeah, we can go whenever we need to.
Gates opened up here, Coach, as we're doing this interview, and the stands are already filling up. We've had a great crowd this weekend. Yesterday was exceptional, and we're expecting the same today. Just a message to the fans.
Well, I just really appreciate the fans coming out and supporting us. The Hawk fans are the best, and they were into the game yesterday, and it was a beautiful day, and we were packed basically, the last 5 or 6, and we'll be close to packed today, and just really happy that they're coming out and supporting us. I know the guys appreciate it, and they tried to show that after the game yesterday to the fans, acknowledged them, and let them know how important it is to have them.
All right, Coach, let's get it done today. Good luck against the Hoosiers.
Thanks, Sean.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Banks. The Hawks are going for the sweep this Sunday afternoon in Iowa City. It's Indiana and Iowa. We're back with starting lineups and first pitch right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination. American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
John Evans and John Leo back at the broadcast booth at Banks, wishing you a happy Sunday from Iowa City. The Hawkeyes going for the sweep of the Hoosiers. John Evans, let's rock and roll.
Sixth straight week that Iowa's had a chance to go for a sweep, which is pretty impressive when you say that out loud that way. And obviously, 8th consecutive series in the Big Ten that Iowa has won.
3-2 in those situations. Let's make it 4-2 today and take down the Hoosiers.
Sounds like the right way to do it.
All right, we'll step aside for today's national anthem. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Different people have different needs. Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to your community. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental. For your smile, for your health, for your community.
Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball forward Hannah Stuelke teamed up with 22 and Vine at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to bring you an exclusive creation, the Hamburger. This mouthwatering masterpiece features 2 delicious sausage and beef patties with crispy bacon jam, melted American cheese, and a perfectly fried egg, all nestled on a French toast caramelized brioche bun. Experience the Hamburger today, available only at 22 and Vine. It's a game changer.
All righty then.
Let's get her going.
National anthem all wrapped up in Iowa City as we get sent for today's series finale, Indiana and Iowa. We'll get you today's starting lineups in a moment, but first let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Indiana enters at 23-20. They are 12-11 in the Big Ten under the direction of head coach Jeff Mercer in his 7th season. The Hoosiers will come to the plate with this order this afternoon. Will Moore at third base, followed by Devin Taylor in left field and Corbin Dickerson in center field. Jake Hanley's the cleanup hitter at first base for the Hoosiers. Hogan Denny in right field batting 5th. Tyler Cerny plays second base, and he bats 6th for IU. 7-8-9, Cooper Malamazian, the shortstop. Andrew Wiggins, the DH, and TJ Schuyler, the catcher. That is the batting order for the Indiana Hoosiers, who will hit first in this first inning. Defensively for Iowa, as the Hawkeyes are about to take the field. On the infield from left to right, Jackson Frost at third. Gable Mitchell at short, Ben Swales at second base, and Caleb Wolf at first. Outfield left to right, Ben Wilmus, Miles Risley, and Andy Nelson. The starting catcher today is Dan Rogers. And Reese Buter, the right-handed redshirt senior from Cedar Falls, hops over the white line and heads to the mound. He'll start on the rubber for the Hawkeyes.
10 starts for Reese on the year. He's 4-0 with a 3.99 ERA, 47 1/3 innings, giving up 38 hits, 22 runs, 21 of those are earned, 17 walks, and 51 strikeouts. Reese has pitched in one of 2 elements this year. He's either pitched when it's about 10 degrees and you can't feel the baseball, or he's pitched when it's relatively warm with a 20-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. It's not quite 20 today, but it is blowing out. And that'll be the test for Reese. You know, there's the occasional breaking ball that floats, and so he'll really have to be careful to a dangerous Indiana lineup.
Indiana came into the series averaging just about 9 runs a game. Iowa has held them to 3 total, 1 on Friday and 2 yesterday. You know that it's in there for Indiana. We mentioned it yesterday. They're sort of like a lit match away from blowing up and getting going.
Yeah, Sav did a nice job yesterday. That 5th inning, kind of pitched around, limited the damage that got created in that inning, and did a good job of shutting it the rest of the way down. And that'll be the key here for Reese. You know, Reese gave up the leadoff home run to Benny Casillas last week, and you thought, oh man, what are we in for here? But he settled into a great outing through 6 innings, just gave up 3 hits, and that was the only run. So it's not that he can't pitch in conditions where it's blowing out, and he's really having a senior, an old guy, as Coach Heller called Dan Wright, but having an old guy be your Sunday starter is pretty calming. So there's not really a whole lot that's going to phase Reese.
Iowa's still 2.5 games up on UCLA in the Big Ten standings and get the opportunity to hold serve this afternoon.
Can't catch a break from Penn State helping out.
I don't know what's up with the Nittany Lions. All right, we're ready for ball here today as Wilmore is in the box to lead it off. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it off over to the left. We're underway, a little bit ahead of schedule today at 1:01 Central Time. Moore, left-handed hitter for IU. Freshman, starts at third base. Here's the 0-1, missed just inside. He got his hand started but held up. Moore was hitless on Friday, but he did reach on a leadoff walk. Started the game. 1-1, outside corner, that's a called strike. 1-2. He would score and be Indiana's only run on Friday. He was on 3 times yesterday, though. Led the game off with a single and was hit by 2 pitches. Down in the count here, 1-2, as Buter kicks and fires. Strike 3 called, top of the zone. Good start from Reese.
Reese just throws 94 right past him.
Was expecting something different.
Certainly looked like he wanted to pull the trigger on something else. It was on him and by him before the decision could be made.
Here comes Devin Taylor. Starting left fielder for the Hoosiers, standing in from the left side. Hitless on Friday, did have a double yesterday that drove in a run. First pitch from Reese, just inside. Taylor bats .366. The draft-eligible junior. Started in all 43 games for Indiana. Swings and misses at the changeup from Buter, evening the count at 1. Taylor's their stud. All-American last year, first team All-Big Ten, the first 2 years of his collegiate career. 1-1 is lined over Jackson Frost's head and into left field where Wilmus brings it in. Opposite field single from Taylor.
That ball's 109 the opposite way. No wonder he hits a lot of home runs to left when you just kind of lay one out there. Reese leaves a fastball in the middle of the plate, but it's down. It's not a terrible pitch. 109 going the other direction.
Corbin Dickerson steps up. Right-handed hitter, a lot of power here. Buter fires. Slider on the outer edge for strike 1. Trey Nelson is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Mike Weinstein at first. Jeff Henricks out at second. Jason Harstick at third. 1 out in the inning. The 0-1 pitch from Buter. Here it comes. Way outside. Rogers with a backhand stop.
Great grab there by Daniel to keep Taylor at first base. Got a Sunday game breaking out in College Park. It's 10-0 Nebraska over Maryland, but they have 10 runs on 6 hits.
Ooh. What inning is that?
That's the top of the 3rd.
Yikes. Got a ways to go before the run rule comes into effect there.
Nebraska's put up 6-3-1, and they are still batting in the top of the 3rd.
1 ball, 1 strike on Dickerson here. Swing and a miss. Buter threw a high slider. Dickerson early on it. He's got 17 home runs coming into the weekend. That was second in the league. Transfer in from Louisville. 1 ball, 2 strikes here with Taylor at first base. Reese with a long pause. He pitches. Strike 3 called. Outer edge. Holy cow. 2 down.
There's a stat for catchers stealing strikes, and Daniel Rogers just stole one there.
First baseman, number 34.
That ball is off the plate, I guess is the nicest way to put it.
Reese gets the benefit of the doubt and picks up his second strikeout. Here's Jake Hanley. First pitch strike from Buter. That's in the zone.
And when you see the umpire call that, you don't need to be in the center of the plate very often. Great pitch there from Reese.
Buried the changeup. Hanley swinging over the top of it. It's 0-2 with 2 outs. Runner at first. Buter from the stretch. He feels it and deals it. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts for Buter in the first. Good start, Reese.
That way, Reese works around the Devin Taylor single to move to the bottom of the first.
Ben Wilmus, Gable Mitchell, and Reese Moore coming up when we get back. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Lairfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. You'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Welcome back to Hawkeye Baseball. We can all help prevent suicide. There is hope with a 988 lifeline. Call or text 988 now.
Iowa keeps Indiana off the board to start today's game, and Ben Wilmus, Gable Mitchell, and Reese Moore will come up. Left field, shortstop, and DH respectively for the Hawks, their first 3 hitters. Middle of the order, Miles Risley in center. Dan Rogers, the catcher, batting 5th. Caleb Wolf gets the start at first base today. He'll bat 6th. 7, 8, 9, Jackson Frost at third, Andy Nelson in right, and Ben Swales at second base. They will face Indiana's pitcher, a right-handed Ben Grable. He is a 5th year from Pasadena, California, previously at Northwestern.
Yeah, spent some time at Northwestern. 36 1/3 innings this year. He is 4-1 with a 3.96 ERA, 36 hits, 17 runs, 16 earned, 12 walks, 37 strikeouts. Has given up 5 home runs. Stuff is good. He'll get it up there low to mid-90s. He'll throw a slider and a changeup and really tries to get ahead with the fastball. Wilmus will see a lot of fastball sliders. Gable will see a lot of fastball changeup from the other side.
Ben Wilmus takes a strike to start his at bat. Wilmus hit the grand slam yesterday to get us out of class early. 13-2 winner in 7 innings. Grable's ready with the 0-1. He brings it home. Wilmus swings over the top of it. 0-2.
That is 94 right at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch, attacking the zone right away.
He has a slower, methodical delivery, but at 6'4" and 215, he's got a lot of force behind it.
And Wilmus kind of mentioned that too. It gets on you a little quicker.
0-2. Wilmus could not hold up, and he chased a high fastball. 1 away. We'd love to know where you're listening in from today on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Thaddeus is tuned in from Conrad, rural Grundy County. Thanks for tuning in, Thaddeus. Ton of Hawks in the stands today. Filled up pretty much both sides of the grandstand today. Warmer day, wind blowing out to left center. It's not as sunny as yesterday, but the southerly wind makes it feel better than the wind blowing in right into our face. Gable Mitchell batting for Iowa. Left-handed hitter, plays shortstop. Just under 350 batting average on the season. Swings and misses at the fastball. 0-1.
95. He's getting warmer.
Yep. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter as Grable from the windup pitches to Mitchell. Gable sends opposite field to left. Taylor in front of the track catches it for the second out.
I joked about how shallow Taylor's played the last couple days. He's deeper today with the wind blowing the opposite direction.
Pretty quick inning for Iowa hitters so far. Grable's only thrown 5 pitches. Here comes Reese Moore.
They've all been strikes.
No time to waste. Grable delivers. Reese with a half swing through the zone.
It's probably a strike too.
Two outs, bases empty for Reese. Here's the 0-1. Strike called, inner third. He's filling it up. No balls and 2 strikes on Moore. Trying to get on to avoid a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Grable brings it home, and Reese watches it sail high for a ball.
All right, so he can throw a ball. Positive development if you're Iowa.
It is possible. Count is 1-2 on Reese with 2 outs just underway in Iowa City. Bottom of the first, no score. Moore fouled it back to the screen.
Grable's an interesting guy. You know, he started regularly, but then last week they brought him in to close the game on Friday, and then he started on Sunday. So probably going to get, 60 to 80 pitches out of him. So he's not kind of your traditional long starter.
1-2. Reese got a piece of that one also and hit it foul. And that's the trick, John, because we're just not sure what Indiana has left in their bullpen. They'd be willing to throw. Coach Heller says there's maybe a lefty, maybe a righty out there that are decent.
Yeah, I think you're going to see some of the same guys we've already seen as well. A righty that's coming back from injury as well, so you won't see him a long time. But
another 1-2. Reese, all eyes there. Ball low and in.
Nice job holding off the changeup there, not swinging over the top.
And Reese is doing a really nice job to draw out this at bat. Make Grable throw a few more pitches. The 2-2. Reese sends down the left field line. It's tailing, and it is just foul. It rode the line for a while, but a few feet to the left of the all-important white line.
Just fell outside there.
Reese taking his time to get back to the box. Still 2-2 on the Hawkeye power hitter. Grable's ready. Here it comes. And he gets the strikeout of Reese. 3 up, 3 down for the Hawks. We'll go to the second. No score between Indiana and Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Stop by today for a relaxing massage at the spa, fine dining at Ruthie's Steak and Seafood, and so much more. Visit Riverside Casino and Golf Resort today, located minutes south of Iowa City.
John Evans and John Leo with you from Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. 5, 6, 7 come up for the Hoosiers in the second. No score yet between Indiana and Iowa. Hogan Denny, a right-handed hitter for the Hoosiers. He's up first in this inning. Plays right field for IU. 280 hitter. He's a freshman. Moved up in the order as Buter deals a strike to even the count at 1-1. Denny was batting 7th on Friday and got on 4 times. 6th yesterday as he sends one into center field off the end of the bat, and it drops in front of Risley as Denny gets on with a leadoff single in the second inning.
Good pitch from Reese. Ball's down and away. Probably 2-3 balls off the plate. Just defensive hitting and turns into a base hit.
Here comes Tyler Cerny. He's a vet for the Hoosiers. 3-year starter for them, a junior now. Buter, ground ball up the middle. Swales grabs it right behind second. He touches the bag, throws it to first, and Wolf picks it out of the turf for a 4-3 double play.
Like Reese getting his bare hand out of the way there, letting it bounce through as he knew the defenders were in a shift.
We saw Savary make some outstanding defensive plays from the mound yesterday. Reese would have had to reach across his body with his glove to grab that one. Instead, as John said, got out of the way, which was the smart thing to do with the middle infield pinched. Base is empty now for Cooper Malamazian, and Buter drops a strike in there. Good start from Reese.
Yeah, that has to be almost an automatic take after
a swing and a miss there, 0-2.
After the first pitch ground into the double play, almost had to take. And now Buter's in charge.
Boy, and he's working quickly. Already back on the rubber, ready to pitch the 0-2 to Malamazian. Reese grips it, rips it. Just outside for a ball.
Great pitch, though. Test that outside part of the plate.
And close enough, competitive enough, right, John?
Yeah, and Malamazian's shown that he'll swing at that ball.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Buter got him with a turf ball. 4th strikeout of the outing so far for Buter. A quick, clean, efficient second. We're back for the bottom half after this. No score between Indiana and Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
The best cars for the money are Hondas. Now, save big with 0% APR. The 25 Accord, Civic, Passport, and Odyssey have been named the best cars for the money by U.S. News & World Report. Save thousands with 0%, like the 24 Prologue with 0 APR. To drive the best, search a local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval. Offer ends 4/30/25. View U.S. News Best Cars at cars.usnews.com.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
Moving right along, we're in the bottom of the second as Miles Risley will stroll to the box first for Iowa. The Hawks went down in order in the first. No score yet. Miles Risley and the Hawkeyes wearing their Sunday golds today. Black script Iowa spelled out across the chest with the white pants. Black caps in the field for Iowa. Black numbers with white trim on the backside. No last names on these jerseys for Iowa. Indiana with gray tops, gray bottoms. They've got pinstripes today.
Phillies.
The Phillies, yes. 0-1 to Risley is a called strike. I don't mind this uniform for Indiana. They've got their alternate logo across on their heart, which is the state of Indiana filled in with crimson, and then the IU logo in the middle of that. They're back to their crimson caps today with the IU logo on the front panel. 0-2 to Risley. Swing and a miss. Grable ran it up and in on him, and Miles could not catch up to it. So Grable is dealing as well with 3 strikeouts, 4 outs recorded.
Yeah, I mean, this is, he's thrown 2 balls so far.
So far, he's been what Indiana's needed, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. He's thrown 16 pitches, 14 strikes.
Don't get the sense that Iowa's been chasing too much, right?
Have not. I mean, they've chased a couple pitches.
Yeah. Here's Dan Rogers with a healthy hack. He comes up empty.
But, I mean, that's 94 right across the middle of the plate and well located down. So he is 100% hitting his spots right now and just challenging Hawkeye hitters, and he's better right now.
No balls and a strike on D-Raj. Up and in this time.
Ooh,
called the ball.
Didn't miss by much there either.
Trying to figure out the zone today, both teams. We'll get a feel for it, too, from up here. Counts even at 1 for Rogers, the powerful left-handed hitter that's had a great series. He's hitting over 300 now. And Rogers hits one into right field. Big shift on for the Hoosiers, and so it'll drop and get all the way to the wall. A 1-out double for D-Raj.
Yeah, I hadn't looked up to complain about it this time or wonder about it, but boy, Indiana in just that huge switch. And I get it. You got a guy throwing 94, 95, you're pitching away. But then he throws a changeup, and Rogers on it and pulls it to the only guy anywhere within 40 yards of it.
Man. Rogers has been abusing right field. So,
yeah, and that's the other thing is you've got a guy who has hit the ball there regularly.
First hit for the Hawkeyes today is an extra base hit, a double for Rogers. He stands out there at second base. Here comes Caleb Wolf, another left-handed hitter. First start of the series for Wolf. Swings at the first pitch and bloops it foul over to the left. Wolf, a newcomer this season for Iowa, but has been very steady at first base. He's a junior, 340 hitter from West Liberty. Very good high school athletics in West Liberty. Played junior college at Southeastern. Down on the count here, 0-2. Had a couple of pinch hit opportunities this weekend. Grable from the stretch, looking in for the sign. Sign comes in. Grable pitches the 0-2. Wolf sends it up the middle. Malamazian dives, and it's into center field. Mitch Bowe giving Rogers the wave. Here's the throw to the plate. Cut off, and the Hawkeyes are on the board first. RBI single, Caleb Wolf.
Caleb Wolf takes a high fastball, gets up, gets that bat level like we've talked about, and gets right up to the level, sends it right back up the middle. And the Hawks get going back to where they were yesterday.
Caleb Wolf's 34th hit of this season, his 32nd single. That was a typical Wolf base hit, wasn't it?
18 RBIs, though, with those hits, so he's been productive.
Here comes Jackson Frost. He got things started early for Iowa yesterday. A 2-run home run in the second, followed it up with a double. He added a walk late, and he scored 3 runs. So Frost, when he got on yesterday, he scored. First pitch to him is right down the middle. He watched it go by, strike 1.
I don't mind that. If the ball was up a little bit, kind of get your timing with it. See what it feels like when you get in the box.
Wolf, the runner at first. Here's the 0-1 to Frost. Breaking ball, fouled it off the end of the bat, 0-2.
And that's the first one of those we've seen. So,
and pretty good speed differential there from mid-90s to lower 80s on the off-speed.
And in the zone, low and away, great spot there. I'd almost throw that again, start it on the outer third and break it off and see if you can get Frost to chase.
Catcher setting up out there. The 0-2 to Jackson in the dirt. And he missed wide. One nothing Iowa in the bottom of the second in front of a full house this Sunday afternoon. Counts 1-2 on Frost. Here's the pitch. That's outside again. Schuyler knocked it down. Wolf was reading closely at first.
Well, we've talked about this. You know, you get ahead, you've dominated a guy, it's 0-2, and then you just bury 2 non-competitive sliders. Now, he may come back and get the out, but he just feel like he wasted at least 1 pitch here.
Still trying to get Frost on the outside. Schuyler continues to set up over there.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him pinpoint a fastball here on the outer part, but maybe he'll go back to that slider and just try not to bury it.
Count even at 2 on Frost. Grable from the belt, pitches. Inside, ball 3. I saw a flinch from the home plate umpire.
That would have been really flinchy if he called that one.
That would have hurt. I would have winced.
I might have had to remove the headset for a hot second.
All the way back to a full count now on Jackson. So it's been a good at bat as Grable is nearing 30 pitches. We're going to keep a real close eye on the pitch count today.
Yeah, it makes, again, probably makes a bigger difference for Indiana than it does for Iowa today. But
3-2 to Frost. He fouled it off. Fastball down the heart of the plate, got a piece of it.
Rutgers is ahead of Ohio State 8-4 through 7 innings.
Three balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Grable pitches to Frost. Swing and a miss by Jackson. Good breaking ball.
Yeah, just got Jackson thinking fastball there and ended up chasing it down below the zone. Really good execution on a pitch. And still a good enough at bat from Jackson. You obviously want it to end better than that, but still a good at bat.
2 outs now for Andy Nelson. He started all 3 games in right field this weekend. Caleb Wolf still at first base. He has the RBI single in this inning to give Iowa the 1-0 lead. Wind blowing out to straight center as Nelson gets in the box. And he takes low and out. Back pick throw to first is hopped there. Wolf gets back.
It's a good concept, though.
Caleb was quite a ways off the bag, wasn't he?
And he felt like he kind of crawled the last 2 feet back. Wasn't his most graceful move back into first. Might have worked out for him, though.
Andy's a veteran, one of the team captains this year. The 1-0 to him is a called strike, bottom of the zone. Senior batting .243. This is his 20th start of the year. 6 doubles, 2 home runs for Nelson. Ball and a strike on him with 2 outs, bottom of the second. The pitch, way outside, ball 2. Two and 1 now on Andy with a short lead at first base from Wolf. The pitch to Nelson. That dropped low. Andy hung with that the whole way.
Yeah, that was a great take there. He saw it, felt it dropping, and now he's got a chance to. I think if you sit on a fastball, if he happens to throw you the breaking ball, great, but be ready for a fastball and drive it somewhere.
Pickoff move over to first, just about got away from Hanley. As Wolf able to dive back.
When you pick as much as Indiana does, you probably are going to be pretty good at making throws, but law of averages says one's eventually going to get away.
3-1. Andy hit it sharply foul over to the right, just a bit tardy, and the count's full.
That's kind of the one I was hoping he was sitting on, ready to go. He gets 95, pretty much in the center of the plate. Just couldn't quite get to it.
Wolf will be moving on the pitch from first base. The 3-2. Andy hits high and deep. Get going, baby! It is over the scoreboard! 2-run bomb for Andy Nelson. Touch 'em all.
Andy Nelson sits on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, hits it 101. It travels 413. And Coach Brands and squad probably just went, what the heck just hit our building?
Did he get all of that or what?
3-0 Hawks.
Wow. Full count pitch with 2 outs. Woo!
Hawks have delivered here in the bottom of the second inning again.
3-0 Hawks. Here's Ben Swales taking a first pitch strike. Good for Andy. Did you talk to him before the game, John?
Always tell Andy do something cool today.
Good. 0-1 to Swales. Swing and a miss. 0-2. I know we've talked about the wind. Didn't matter on Andy's fly ball.
He didn't need any wind. That ball was gone all day and twice on Sunday.
0-2 on Swales. Breaking ball outside.
And see, and again, I'm going to go back to it because when you're locating this well, get in the zone. You know, especially when you're on kind of a limited pitch count anyway.
Here's the 1-2 from Grable, just downstairs.
Ooh, I think he missed his spot. He threw it so hard he fooled the umpire because he missed the catcher. Catcher was set up inside. Got it more out over the plate.
Now the count's back to even at 2-2. Here's Grable's pitch. Half swing, hit on the ground, up the middle. Malamazian, the shortstop, has it, and he throws it across for the third out. But Iowa strikes for 3. An RBI single from Caleb Wolf, and then a moonshot home run from Andy Nelson over the left field scoreboard to make it 3-0. We're back for the third inning right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
FS Envision seed corn and FS high soy soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and high soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Hey there, sports fans. Hungry for a legendary experience? Look no further than Bumps Restaurants, proudly named after the legendary Bump Elliott. Nestled right at the Finkbine Golf Course on Melrose Avenue, Bumps is your go-to spot for mouth-watering meals. Present your ticket from today's game at Bumps and get a buy one appetizer, get the second appetizer free deal. Offer good through the next home game. See you soon off Melrose Avenue at the Finkbine Golf Course. Bumps Restaurant, a legendary place with legendary food.
University of Iowa, we'll start that all over. University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. Well, when you pick to first a lot, you're going to make a mistake eventually. When you do all the reads a lot, you're going to make a mistake eventually.
You were able to clean it up. Well done, John. 3-0 Iowa as we get to the top of the third inning. We'll see how the Hoosiers respond here. Andrew Wiggins will lead off. He's the DH. First time we've called his name this weekend. Wind picking up now. Buter's pitch dropped in for a strike, 1-1. Where's that wind coming from, John? It's blowing into our mic and into the booth a little bit here.
Well, you look at the right field pole and it's in. Ooh, just misses there. But you look at all the left field flags and they're out hard. So it's all over the place right now.
2 balls and a strike on Wiggins, left-handed hitter. Pitch from Buter. Just high.
Was it?
Slider couldn't bring it down anymore. And it's 3-1 now. Buter's next pitch. That's a strike at the knees. Wiggins at 267 hitting sophomore. 26 strikeouts in 101 at-bats. Full count pitch from Reese. Here it comes. Hit in the air, foul over to the left. We'll do it once more. Reese already back on the rubber. He's ready to sling it. Here's the 3-2. Just high and out. Called a ball.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I don't know where the strike zone is today. At first I thought it was just going to be a gigantic strike zone day, but it is not that.
So a leadoff walk of Wiggins brings up Schuyler. First pitch is fouled back. It gets stuck in between the net and the beam, right behind home plate.
Indiana going with, instead of the sacrifice, moving a runner up, they went just full hit and run there with the 9-hitter.
Trying to get in business after giving up 3 runs to Iowa in the bottom of the second. See if Reese can hold him in check here. Leadoff walk, but the 0-1 pitch from Buter is on its way home. Hit on the ground, left side. Mitchell's got it. He flips to second for one. Over to first. Double play. Textbook 6-4-3.
Outstanding play there. Mitchell had to time the hop. I know patience isn't really in his vocabulary very often, but he got the right hop, gave a good pitch to Swales, and Swales got it over to Caleb Wolf in a hurry to get that second out.
Second double play turn by the Hawkeye infield today. Swales had one, and now Mitchell has one. 2 outs for Moore, the top of the Indiana order. 3-0 Hawks in the third. Bases clear and 2 down.
Because I'm not exactly sure that Reese actually walked that guy, so that works out.
There's a called strike. Right on the outer edge of the zone, 1-1. Moore struck out to start today's game. Reese caught him looking. The 1-1. That drifted away, ball 2. Outfield shifting over opposite field towards left, just a touch. 2-1, outside corner, 2-2. Reese with 4 strikeouts today, looking for number 5 as he toes the rubber. He winds and pitches the 2-2, outside. Full count.
Lost the first full count of the inning. I don't think he wants to lose this one with Taylor on deck.
We'll see what he throws on the 3-2. This is grounded right side. Buter picks it up. Underhand flip to Wolf for the 3rd out. PFP, pitcher fielding practice, comes in handy there. Nicely done from Buter. 3 up, 3 down for the Hoosiers in the 3rd. Bottom half coming up, 3-0 Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oaknall is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. That includes the fuel in our vehicles. So when you fill up, pump it up with unleaded 88 and support Iowa's corn farmers.
Iowa with an early lead this Sunday afternoon, 3-0 over Indiana. The Hawks looking for a series sweep of the Hoosiers. It would be back-to-back sweeps for the Hawks in Big Ten play after taking care of Michigan last weekend on the road. Top of the order due up for Iowa, bottom of the third. Wilmus, Mitchell, and Moore.
Be interesting to see if Grable now mixes in more sliders, goes away from just hammering the fastball.
Right on cue, John. Breaking ball for a high strike to Wilmus, who struck out his first time up.
Reese Buter'd like to know if that's a strike.
Still figuring out the strike zone today. Slider out 1-1. Not being critical, just a little different than yesterday. Yesterday's zone was true to the grid.
The upright vertical. This one seems to be more of the rectangle laying on its side.
Yep, horizontal zone today. 1-1 to Wilmus. Inside, just off, and it's ball two.
That's another one of those, he really hit his spot right where Skyler had set up. Skyler, these Indiana catchers really move around a lot. They kind of give away location and shift out of that center zone.
Grable out of the windup brings home the 2-1 that Wilmus got under and fouled off to the right. Ben is having one heck of a conference season this year for the Hawks. He's been the leadoff hitter the whole year, but we've gotten to conference play, and Ben has really turned it on.
Yeah, he actually leads Iowa in batting in conference. Hits .337, 5 home runs, and 28 RBIs.
2 balls and 2 strikes on him now. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Bottom of the zone. And it got Wilmus. First out of the third.
Yeah, he missed his spot a little bit, but it was still such a good pitch. Didn't fool the umpire that time.
Here comes Gable Mitchell with 1 out. Gable flied out to left back in the first. Base is empty for him. Iowa leading 3-0 in the third. First pitch to Gable. That's high and out. Mitchell standing deep in the left-handed batter's box. The 1-0 came in the back door. And it's a called strike, 1-1. Grable pitching from the windup, brings home the 1-1. Gable hits in the air, center field. Dickerson moving back, it's over his head, and it bounces off the wall. Mitchell coasts into second, hitting a screaming liner into center.
That's that shallow outfield playing the opposite field again, and they pay for it this time, as that's just goes 380, and the wind blows it. It's a fairly routine fly ball to center if you haven't shifted yourself out of position.
Yeah.
We see that happen every once in a while, but this is a fairly consistent philosophy with Indiana.
44 games in a row that Gable has reached safely.
Nice to get that done early.
Yes, we're keeping a track on it. And we still haven't said anything to him, right, John?
Correct.
All right. Reese Moore swinging for the fences on the first pitch. Aggressive cut from Reese, but he doesn't get anything out of it.
Okay, I think I'm going to run down there and tell the pitcher they got a perfect game going, too. I'm not saying anything to him.
And I think it is all on us, John. Other people can tell him, fine. But if either of us tell him, consider it done. Iowa in business once again now in the third with a runner in scoring position for Reese. Now, Moore did strike out already back in the first, so he gets a second look at Grable. Here's the 1-1. That's low, ball 2.
Yeah, Reese is .313 in conference, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs. He could add to either of those totals. That'd be great.
1 out in the inning for Iowa. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch to Reese. It's low again, ball 3. Risley on deck. He's Iowa's cleanup hitter. There's no easy outs in this Hawkeye lineup.
No, and that's, again, the best part of what Iowa did yesterday was just up and down the lineup. Made Indiana pitching work.
3-1. That's in. Ball 4. Couple runners on for Riz now. It was good to see Iowa yesterday get back to that 1 through 9 tough approach.
Oh, absolutely. And that's a mature approach from Reese Moore. You know, Reese has kind of expanded his zone every once in a while because he wants to hit. You know, all the really good hitters want to hit. And so he's got to take some time, make the pitchers come into the zone, hit the pitches he wants instead of chasing over the top of some of those sliders or changeups.
Feels like some blood in the water here, John. First and second with 1 out. Iowa already leading 3-0 in the third. Risley takes a low and in ball. Thought it was a strike, but called a ball.
It was strike-ish.
We've seen it called today. A double and a walk with 1 out. Couple runners on now.
Ah, good. We hadn't made a pickoff move in a while.
I can tell you were bummed about that, John.
I was very confused. Iowa base runners didn't know what to do without having to dive back every once in a while.
Gable's got a straight line lead from second to third. He is in that base path. 1-0. Risley lays off. A called strike on the outer edge. I think that's a good take.
That's a good take, especially if you're not looking for it. But boy, that is a little hung. You might get if you get that a little later when maybe you're more ready for it.
Yeah, he was jumpy a little bit. You could see him flinch early. The 1-1. Risley thought about bunting, but the pitch was too far outside. 2 balls and a strike now on Riz.
We've seen him lay down some outstanding bunts. Maybe not Blake Guerin category, but we've seen some pretty good bunts.
Nobody will touch that. 2-1 is the count on Risley. Struck out earlier today. See if he can find some green grass. The pitch, swing and a miss. He chased a hard fastball.
Maybe. Umpires like that spot too. Not that Riz can do anything with that pitch, trying to pull it. If you're going to swing at that pitch, man, you better be looking at right center field.
And now it's 2-2 on Risley, trying to at least move the runners here.
That's something Iowa was exceptional at yesterday.
Grable set, quickly pitches. Risley sends a chopper up the middle. Malamazian on the run. He dives and knocks it down. Safe everywhere for the Hawks. They'll be loaded for D-Raj.
Sometimes it's about placement rather than power. Just a 100 hopper right up the middle. Malamazian did a great job getting there, but man, I am not sure you could want another guy to come to the plate right now in this series.
And how about a mound visit here for Indiana?
And this is pure talk because there is no one in the Indiana bullpen. So this is, what was it, in Barry Bonds' heyday? Intentionally walk a guy with the bases loaded. Didn't want to mess with him. Not sure D-Raj is quite there, but I guarantee they're going to be pretty darn selective on him.
Coach Sutherland talking to Rogers a bit, too. Dan is hitting .667 against Indiana. in this series. And he also had a ball robbed by the center fielder. So he has just been smoking Hoosier pitching.
Yeah, there was a diving play by the center fielder in the gap that was certainly extra bases if he doesn't make the catch. So we're finally going to wander out and break up this party on the mound. The outfielders have to be lonely that they weren't invited.
Blake Guerin on a stool in the dugout, starting a clap for the Iowa fans. They're getting behind the Hawks. How about this crowd? Just like yesterday, full house. We're probably over 2,200 again. We'll see what the official number is when it comes in. Holy cow, what a spot for the Hawks in the third. Bases loaded, 1 out for Dan Rogers. He already has a double today. They're still shifted over to left. First pitch to D. Rogers outside. Can you believe that their outfield still opposite field for Rogers?
I mean, I guess the one place they robbed him of a hit was the center fielder diving into the left center field gap. So the shift paid off that one time for him. And otherwise, I suppose they wouldn't have caught any of the other ones. Made shorter runs for the outfielders to chase.
1-0. Rogers scooped under it and hit it foul over the Indiana dugout.
Boy,
Go ahead, John.
Well, I was just saying, that's a pitch right there again that when he gets that is getting ripped into the right field corner.
Drivable pitch for D-Rog. He likes it down and in like that. Just missed that one. Counts even at 1. Bases loaded for Rogers. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Challenged him up and away.
D-Rog takes a minute, now gets back in the box. A Hawk on every base with 1 out. The 1-2. High, 2-2.
What a take there. Woo. That ball is the top of the zone. D-Rog, but that shows how good he's seeing it. Got started, jammed on the brakes.
2-2 is the count. The pitch, outside, ball 3. Crowd getting behind Rogers. Bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch, line drive, left field, foul.
Fought off the changeup. Right on the outer edge, maybe just off the plate.
We'll do it again, full count. Bases loaded for Rogers and 1 out. The pitch from Grable. Low, ball 4. Walked in a run. It's 4-0 Hawkeyes.
What an at-bat after falling behind. Stayed with it, kept after it. And Grable now at 65 pitches in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
They're in trouble.
You would think so, but you need to capitalize here. Keep adding to the pile. Wind blowing out Indiana's offensive power. You want to make sure you build a big pile here.
Caleb Wolf singled in a run. Last time he was up. He's got the bases loaded and 1 out. He's an aggressive swinger early. First pitch to him, he fouled it off.
Shortstop has shifted over to that hole that he beat it through last time, so Caleb will have to improvise a bit.
Another run across for the Hawks in the 3rd. 4-0 Iowa, looking for the sweep of the Hoosiers today. 0-1 count. The pitch to Wolf. Strike called low and in. Whoa. Well, hey, I you know what? Tough call, but I guess good take because that's ground ball. That's double trouble.
Right.
But I'd like to think the count would be even at 1 instead. 0-2 now. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Good take.
Good for Grable. Go right back to it.
Test the limit.
Well, and because you also then test Wolf's willpower. You know, see a pitch coming in about the same spot that you just got punched on a pitch that maybe you didn't think was a strike.
Here's the 1-2. Wolf hits into left center field. Dickerson on the run. He's able to make the grab in the alley. Tagging and scoring from third is Reese Moore. It's 5-0 Hawks on the sac fly from Wolfie.
Great job there, too. Went with that pitch that was down and away. Was able to elevate it, get it up in the air, didn't just beat it into the ground and cause a problem. Lifted it and scored the run.
Jackson Frost is up now. First and second, 2 outs. Still some runners out there, still some damage to be done.
Absolutely. And still Grable's game is nobody has towed a rubber in the bullpen for Indiana.
Wow. Pickoff move to second. Risley is back.
Risley might have actually been touching the bag before Grable let go of the ball.
Yep. Just a formality to throw it at that point, right? Frost clobbered a home run yesterday. Back pick to first on the pitch. Safe. Rogers is back. Woo, that was close. Indiana not challenging. The catcher wanted the challenge, of course.
I think I wanted the challenge, if I'm going to be honest about it.
Yeah, if we're Indiana, we do. For the Hawks, maybe not. Doesn't look like they're going to challenge it.
Boy, and he kind of had his hands up like he did.
Next pitch to Frost is hit well to left center. Dickerson running again. He dives, can't get there. It's a ground rule double for Jackson Frost. Indiana catches a bit of a break.
Cost the Hawks a run there. Great job from Jackson Frost to get the off speed.
Hawks are rolling, John.
Wow, and Hawks, I'm not sure that Coach Mercer didn't want to do that. And now there's some arguing there in the dugout between coaches about outfield positioning, perhaps.
2 in scoring position for Andy Nelson, who destroyed a baseball over the Banks Field scoreboard and left his last time up. It is 6-0 Iowa. Pedal to the metal, foot on the gas for those in the black and gold. Grable's first pitch to Nelson, outside. Started him with a spinner that stayed away. Second and third, 2 outs for Nelson. The pitch from Grable. Low and out. Grable at 73 pitches were in the third.
Just now, your first guy's just tossed his first ball. Still hasn't thrown it from the rubber yet.
2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch to Andy. Outside corner, strike 1.
It's a good take. Outer third, almost all the way to the black. You're not going to do a whole lot of damage there. See if you can get one across the plate here now, 2-1.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss.
He did, but it was almost chin high.
Little high.
Now watch out for the spinner away. Or maybe he tries to heat you up again. That's the hard part, is he's got a couple good options here.
2-2 with 2 outs. 2 in scoring position, 2 for Nelson. Here's the pitch to Andy. Strike 3 called, low, outside, very corner of the zone. And 2 are left on base for the Hawks in the third, but 3 score. That's the important part. It's 6-0 Iowa. We'll bring you the fourth after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Pioneer brand Z Series soybeans have farmers yielding out an additional 2.7 bushels per acre over A Series. This has everyone talking, not just farmers. Case in point, a trucking company wrote, "Morning, noon, and night, it doesn't matter. I'm hauling Z Series. The phone doesn't stop ringing. Even my home number, it never stops ringing." Well, it's fair to say Pioneer brand Z Series soybeans are making quite an impact. Unleash your greatest harvest yet at pioneer.com/greatest yields.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes.
Iowa in business and in control. 6-0 as we get to the top of the fourth. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Indiana sends 2, 3, 4 to the plate as the Hoosiers will have Taylor, Dickerson, and Hanley. Arguably their three best hitters come up. Reese was in the dugout for a while there.
He spent a lot of quality time in the dugout so far in this
really
start.
Has. Taylor singled back in the first. Reese deals him a fastball outside. Ball one.
A lot of friendly scores on the Big Ten scoreboard for the Hawkeyes. Rutgers 10-5 over Ohio State. Boy, Reese is working fast. Forget all that.
Yeah. We'll get it in when we can.
Yeah, we'll forget that for now with Reese working as fast as he is.
2-0 pitch from Buter. Swing and a miss. Perfect spot.
Yeah, outstanding off speed. We did see Taylor just drill that pitch yesterday, but off speed got him off balance.
2-1. He dropped it in beautifully for a strike. 2-2.
Now he's thrown the same pitch twice in a row in almost the same location. I don't think I'd throw it there again.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Buter. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Taylor. 1 away.
Actually threw the slider that time. Really broke it back into the back foot in perfect location for that first out. We weren't good with the throwing it around the infield.
You were all eyes on that one, John. I missed it.
Well, Reese was looking for the ball. He wanted the ball back, and we threw it into right field.
New ball, Reese. Whether you wanted it or not. Here's Dickerson with 1 out. Base is empty. Good time to face him. He swings at the first pitch, sends it in the air, down the right field line. Nelson coming forward and closing on the line. He makes the catch. Out number 2, and the 2 most dangerous hitters for the Hoosiers go down again.
Anytime you can get a 1-pitch out, it's a win. But anytime you can get a 1-pitch out on a hitter like that.
Wow. 2 outs for Hanley. Just high and out from Buter.
Okay, so we don't like the high part of the zone as much. Mm-hmm. We like it some, just not.
We're not in love with it. 1-0 came in the back door. Breaking ball for a strike. 1-1.
But we love down low, and we're willing to give bonus room down low. All right. Understanding.
Here's a chopper, right side. Wolf charging hard, and it kicked foul just at the last moment before Caleb could get to it. And so it's 1-2.
Caleb's got to dive for that. get dirty.
Get fair.
Get that while it's still fair, and then swipe tag him as he's running past you.
Count is 1-2. The pitch from Buter to Hanley. Ground ball, left side. It's Frost who picks it up around shortstop. He throws it across. It's high, and Wolf could not hang on to it. Not a great throw there from Jackson, and so the inning continues.
No, and Jackson fielded that actually in the shortstop spot, which is not unusual for him, although it is this year.
Right fielder, Hogan Denny.
High throw, and Wolf tried to apply the tag.
All right, so a little adversity this time.
First error of the weekend by the Hawkeye defense. 2 outs for Denny. First pitch is lifted foul down the right field line. 6-0 Iowa, top 4.
That's everything. Now this is, I know it's still 6-0, but this becomes a really important batter. Just from how many pitches Reese has thrown to momentum for Indiana.
0-1. He went through the zone. He chased a slider that ended up in the opposite batter's box.
Because you just want to make sure here you don't, especially when it's kind of self-inflicted, you don't want to give any extra life here.
0-2. Buter set from the belt. He pitches. Low and out.
Went right back to the same pitch to see if he could get a nibble.
See if he can get him on the 1-2 pitch. Buter ready. Grips it and rips it. Ground ball, weakly hit to short. Mitchell picks it up, flips to second for the force out, and the Hawks are out of the inning. Still nothing doing for the Hoosiers. It's 6-0. We'll bring you the bottom of the 4th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
I'm Y.A. Black, defensive line, Iowa. On the field, I take on double teams, stop the run, and sack the quarterback.
Sullivan now runs for his life, and he's obliterated by Y.A. Black. Here's the snap, the spot.
Yes, and it's blocked it. Kick is
Don't touch it. Don't touch the ball. Hawks get it back. Y.A. Black, God, man, what a momentum shift there.
Off the field, I help my body's defense by choosing vaccines that are right for me. Ask your doctor or healthcare provider which vaccines are right for you.
A message from Iowa HHS.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On Sirius XM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Bottom of the 4th inning, John Evans and John Leo with you from Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. Iowa aiming for yet another sweep. The Big Ten Conference opponent would be its 4th of the season. Swept Minnesota, Ohio State, Michigan last weekend. 6-0, bottom 4. Indiana sticking with Grable, who's at 76 pitches, and the Hawks hit him around the past couple of innings. 9-1-2, Swales up first. Breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. Next pitch, Swales fouled it straight back.
I'd mentioned some of those friendly scores around the Big Ten. Northwestern on top of Washington, 4-0, top of the 4th. Minnesota 1-0 over USC, bottom of the 4th. Purdue 8-3 over Illinois.
0-2, Swales sends the other way, foul.
And some of the reasons those are important, Iowa has locked up a Big Ten tournament bid. Shocker. That one's been hanging around. Really, by the numbers, they've probably locked up a top 8 seed already. A couple of those losses, and they could start getting to where they get one of those top 4 seeds. Locked in solid. So still obviously bigger goals with where they sit right now.
Yes. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Swales to start the bottom of the 4th. Pitch from Grable. Strike 3 called right at the bottom of the zone. Grable, when he's been able to hit that pitch, he's been all right.
Well, that pitch is difficult to do much with. I
know we've talked about it before, John, up here. Don't ask the staff, don't ask the players about it. But we're really watching UCLA, Oregon. We hope that those two lose a little bit here down the stretch.
Boy, Oregon put the hammer down on Oregon State yesterday.
I saw that. Ben Wilmus with a good cut, but comes up empty, 0-1.
Iowa will see both of those teams in the next few weeks.
At Washington next weekend. First trip out to Seattle. Tuesday midweek against Illinois State at 6 o'clock. And then out to Seattle. 0-1 to Ben. Foul tip into the glove, 0-2. Having a hard time seeing Grable this afternoon.
Yeah, and Grable's been in the strike zone. Ben just hasn't, it's not even like Ben's chased. It's just challenged him and hasn't been able to get to it.
Grable out of the windup. The 0-2. Too far outside. Ben 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts today. Trying to turn his fortune around. He's had a great series. Yesterday was a star. Slider low and out, 2-2 now. UCLA wraps up with Penn State today. They're in second, 2.5 games back. They go to USC. Well, they're at USC's field. They don't really go anywhere, both in L.A. 2-2 to Wilmus. Line foul, he lunged for it.
Yeah,
so they go ahead, John.
When you drive across town in L.A., it may not be very far, but it could take you a long time to get there.
Yeah. By the way of the vehicle, the travel, yes. So they go to USC. Then they're at Illinois. Tough place to play. And Illinois is a decent enough team this year. Finish up at home against Northwestern.
Northwestern might be playing for a Big Ten tournament berth at that point.
2-2. Wilmus crushed it. Left field. It's hooking. Is this one fair? It is not. Just foul. Couldn't keep it on the right side of the foul pole.
Ben seems to like to paint the line on these. He could give himself a little space and not be a problem here.
We have Cade's corner, which is within the ballpark. What are we going to call whatever Ben's hitting over there? 2-2.
Ben's bomb shelter? I don't know.
The pitch to Wilmus. He smacked it foul right side over the Iowa dugout.
95 there. Grable hasn't lost much velocity, but
well over 85 pitches. We are in the fourth inning. Hawks lead at 6-0 in control. Still applying pressure on the Hoosiers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grable delivers to Wilmus. That skipped, low and out, ball 3. We're also watching Oregon, who, as John mentioned, is playing Oregon State this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we don't care as much. It's more of an interest level here to kind of see, okay, who's good on Friday, who's good on Saturday, what's left on Sunday.
Full count pitch to Wilmus. Swing and a miss. High and tight fastball. Ben's going through it a bit today.
Yeah, that's the hat trick. Probably swung at ball 4 there, but I know why he swung at it. It wasn't a bad pitch.
Couple strikeouts for Grable in the 5th, and here comes Gable Mitchell. Mitchell takes a strike at the knees. Oregon also goes to Michigan State. Maybe another loss or 2 for the Ducks would make us feel better about that final series, depending on where we're at by that point. But Iowa's taken care of business. That's the most important part so far. As long as Iowa keeps winning, doesn't matter what UCLA does, doesn't matter what Oregon does.
Right, Iowa has a game clear in the loss column of UCLA. They're 3 games clear of Oregon. So I mean, there's some picking up that other teams are going to have to do.
Ball and a strike on Mitchell, the pitch. Gable got a hold of it, but turned around on it, pulled it foul down the right field line.
And the other advantage Iowa has now, and you can call it an advantage when you're winning and you're setting the pace, is Iowa has played an extra series. And so you put Iowa in front, and they have the wins and they have less losses.
1-2, up and in, 2-2. Skyler moving left to right behind the plate. I think he might be picking up on the fact that Iowa hitters are noticing that he's physically setting up where the pitch is supposed to come. So he started outside there, and then at the last minute came in. Here's the 2-2 to Gable. Ground ball, third. Backhand stop by Moore, throws it across the diamond. Good stretch from Hanley. Hawks go down in order in the fifth. Still leading Indiana, rather the fourth. Still leading Indiana 6-0. Now we'll head to the fifth. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
John Evans and John Leo at Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. Iowa on top, 6-0, top of the fifth. And 6, 7, 8, Cerny, Malamazian, and Wiggins coming up for the Hoosiers. Reese Buter back to the mound.
Can we continue that standings conversation for
Yes.
just a minute? So, Iowa 19-4. There's only 5 other teams in the Big Ten right now that have less than double-digit losses. So again, you kind of figure Iowa about to lock themselves into no worse than 6th, and then strike there on the breaking ball. And then with most of those having 7 and 8. Iowa putting themselves in a really good spot to eliminate a lot of teams here by winning games.
And there are a handful of them that play each other.
Correct.
And as you avoid sweeps, you know, they knock each other down in comparison relative to Iowa.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned UCLA and USC playing each other.
Here's a ground ball to the right side. This is a tough play. Swales charging, throws it to Wolf in time as Caleb got to the bag late. We'll see if Indiana reviews it. They will challenge. Cerny asked for it right away. First base coach wasn't sure.
I think he was actually out.
It was a mess of a play. Buter couldn't get to it to the right of the mound, and Wolf, we've talked about it a few times, Caleb's first instinct is not to go to the bag. It might need to change. We need to get him to go to the bag. He wants to go just get that ball, make an aggressive play. Swales ended up coming to get it and threw a dart over there. I think he's going to be out too.
I do too. I think we got him.
But we do have a review. There is a challenge. Down the right field line. Back to the standings talk, John. Obviously, Iowa has its sights set on a regular season title. But if for some reason things don't go our way down the stretch, the top 4 seeding at the Big Ten tournament is imperative.
Well, that part's imperative, and Iowa's really close to locking that one up because, as you mentioned, UCLA, USC play each other. So there's losses in there somewhere to one of those two teams. Washington has someone else besides Iowa, so there's losses in there
And so you just start thinking about it. Really, the teams that can win the regular season title are pretty limited right now, barring something really strange.
Iowa in good shape so far today, leading Indiana 6-0, top of the 5th. It's a very bang-bang play at first.
On the blurry view they just showed got us nothing on BT+.
I think it was late, too.
Now, again, I think DV Sports going to be far better, but
Iowa wraps up the season at Washington, in Des Moines against Oregon State the following weekend, May 9th through 11th. And then here at home against the Oregon Ducks. Ranked in the top 25. Oregon State's in the top 5. They're third.
They will not be after this week, as they've lost twice, including once rather convincingly. But, just as you look at the schedule or the scores today, Purdue up big over Illinois. That would be Illinois' 9th loss. So again, you give Iowa some space there. Northwestern ahead of Washington so far. Now, does Northwestern have enough pitching to finish off that game? Not sure, but that would be an 8th loss for Washington.
Here's the call. The runner is out at first base. 4-3 on the ground out.
Caleb knew exactly how long it took him to get back to first base.
His first instinct is to go get the ball.
Which is not a terrible instinct, except for when you're the first baseman.
Maybe need to dial it back from a 10 to like a 6. Get to the bag. Malamazian is up for the Hoosiers, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Buter ready, the 0-1. Slider low and out. Iowa playing Malamazian to pull over to left field. Mitchell, the shortstop in the 5.5 hole. First baseline wide open as Caleb's away off it. Here's the 2-1. Downstairs, ball 3. Reese working quickly, and he'll take a minute now backside of the mound to regroup. 3 balls, 1 strike on the Hoosier shortstop. The pitch grounded left side and just to the left of the line, foul. Indiana's had a base runner in every inning so far. The 3-2 fouled back, but the Hawkeyes have turned 2 double plays today that have erased them instantly.
Yeah, and boy, they've been like on the 0-0 pitch or the second pitch of an at-bat, too.
Full count pitch on its way home from Buter. Tapped foul over the Indiana dugout. Reese working high in the zone on that delivery.
You can tell Reese is comfortable. He's hitting kind of all the spots in the zone.
Another payoff pitch from Reese. Strike 3 called. Ring him up on the outer edge.
Boy, and then just busts a fastball on the outer edge.
That got by Malamazian in a hurry.
We've seen an expanded zone today. That was not it. That was well on the outer third. Just fooled him.
2 outs for Andrew Wiggins. Left-handed hitter for the Hoosiers, just away on ball 1 from Reese. Buter just now over 60 pitches, the 1-0. Change up downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. (2-0) is a called strike at the knees. Wiggins walked back in the third and was erased on a double play on the very next pitch. 2-1, low outside corner. That's strike two.
Very, very bottom of the zone.
Reese has worked all the way back looking for a strikeout. He winds and fires. Outside, full count. Back-to-back full counts on Indiana hitters. Reese, the right-hander, is ready. Here's the 3-2. Ground ball up the middle. Gable's there. Mitchell steps, he throws. 3 up, 3 down. Buter with a beautiful outing so far. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Iowa 6, Indiana nothing. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bent grass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
There's a new head Hawk in town. Ben McCullum is entering his first season as the Iowa men's basketball coach. McCullum is striving to continue his winning ways in Iowa City. Join us for the new era of Iowa basketball. Reserve your season tickets for the 2025-26 season today. Give us a call at 1-800-IA-HAWKS to learn more. On Iowa, go Hawks.
Join the Swarm and team up with Iowa athletes to support local charities. Make a difference today. Visit iowaswarm.com to learn more.
Indiana brings in a new pitcher in the bottom of the 5th inning. They'll turn to Jackson Yarberry, right-handed sophomore.
He has thrown 12 1/3 innings, given up 15 hits, 15 runs, 13 of those are earned, 7 walks, 16 strikeouts. Hasn't registered a decision this year, 9.49 ERA. Fastball is going to get up there in the low 90s. He'll throw a little cutter off that. And if you watch kind of the arm action here, I think he just gets it right up over his head and fires it. He'll throw curveball, slider, changeup, but really will stick to that fastball cutter for the most part.
Iowa 6, Indiana nothing. Bottom 5. It'll be Moore, Risley, and Rogers coming to the plate. Iowa scored 3 runs in the second, 3 in the third. And Grable's day is done for the Hoosiers. He made it through 4. 6 hits, 6 runs. Did have 8 strikeouts, walked 2. He threw 95 pitches in those 4 innings.
And usually you don't see 64% strikes on 95 pitches in 4 innings.
That is one weird stat line. Moore leading off the 5th. And he takes strike 1 on the outer third. Yarberry holds the glove tight to his face, now delivers. Reese pulled his head, missed it, 0-2.
Yeah, for a guy that wants to lean fastball cutter, he's given Reese 2 changeups, and Reese has not been on time.
0-2 on Moore. The pitch in the dirt.
Rutgers moves to 9-12 in conference. They beat Ohio State 13-5, win that series.
1-2, Reese flares down the left field line. Taylor moving over in foul ground. He runs out of room, gets out of play. Yeah, Ohio State picked up their 3rd Big Ten win yesterday. Their previous 2 were against Oregon.
Thank you.
How does that make sense? We're very thankful for the Buckeyes for that.
Exactly. Thanks for the help.
Beat one of the top teams in the league twice. Have not done anything else. Literally. 1-2, the pitch to Moore. Swing and a miss. Reese down on strikes. And with the pitch being in the turf, Reese has to leg it out to first, but he is retired 2-3.
Nebraska missed an extra point, but they still lead Maryland 20-5.
Whoa! Yikes. Maryland at 6-14 in the Big Ten.
That will probably won't completely stick a fork in them, but it'll come pretty close.
Yeah, I wonder who they have left.
I had looked at all those teams, but now I don't remember.
Miles Risley offering at the first pitch. Hitting it foul back towards Jacobson over the right.
Oregon State has the bases loaded top of the second inning. Do not have a hit yet.
Interesting.
That one's against Oregon.
0-1 to Risley. That's in on the hands, evening the count. Michigan looking for the sweep of Michigan State, which at this point we would be okay with.
It just keeps our quad one wins latched up there.
Ball on the strike on Miles. The pitch out in front of the breaker, 1-2.
And Michigan will be an interesting case. They'll have an RPI that'll look pretty good, but their overall record, this will make them 27-17.
That's not great, is it?
Not great, but if you finish strong, maybe.
1-2, Risley lines to left, and Taylor is there, making a leaping grab as he comes forward. 2 down.
Yeah, just off the end of the bat there for Riz.
Here's Dan Rogers with the bases empty and 2 outs.
Be interesting to see how Iowa hitters now not only make the adjustment to Yarberry, but now make the adjustment to Yarberry hasn't pitched according to the first sentence of the scouting report. So see if they make the adjustment to him.
Rogers in the air to left center on the first pitch. Dickerson moving over, and on the run he makes the catch. The Hawks go down in order in the 5th. 6th inning coming up. Iowa 6, Indiana nothing. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Hey Hawkeye fans, today we're talking about a little different black and gold than what you might think. Get your all-new Pac-Man scratch ticket today from the Iowa Lottery. It's available at your favorite Iowa Lottery retailer, and that's not all. With the Pac-Man Second Chance promotion, you could be a Waka Waka winning $15,000 or even $25,000, plus your very own Pac-Man arcade. Enter today and find details at ialottery.com. Announced attendance today is going to be just over 1,500, and boy, it doesn't look quite as full as yesterday, but it looks like a pretty good crowd. In any event, that's where we are. Top of the 6th inning, Reese Buter back out. They'll face 9-1-2. Schuyler comes to the plate. He grounded into a double play back in the 3rd inning. First pitch is across for a strike. And Buter again, quickly ahead, 0-1. Working quickly, misses well outside that time, 1-1. Iowa had 3 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd. A whole bunch of zeros for both teams in the rest of the innings. A 1-1. Popped up into right center field. Risley coming in. Swales going back. Risley will call everybody off and make the running catch as Swales dives and scrambles out of the way, one away. Top of the order coming back up now. Moore, who's 0 for 2.
Third baseman, Will Moore.
Buter peers and deals. This is just outside. The 1-0. Sails that one to the backstop and ricochets back out. Rogers catches it on the rebound. Didn't do a very good job of framing it after it came off the pad to get that back. Pitch from Buter. Popped foul down the left side. 2-1.
Trying to get that fastball by him there.
You missed the Pac-Man. There's only one more day of that.
Uh-oh.
The last read will be Tuesday.
Whoa.
So good news. You won't have to do it in Washington.
Okay. Buter's 2-1 hit on the ground left side and through into left field. Moore is on with one out in the Hoosiers' 6th. I will say, John, if things start to go sideways because that read's not in there, we're bringing it back for fun. I don't really care if it's past its date.
Even if the Pac-Man promotion's closed, we're going to read it anyway.
I'll leave out the date. Well, I'm going to miss you in Washington, John. We'll have you on Tuesday, but we'll miss you for a week.
Hey, you'll have 6 games or so without me?
Yeah. Strategically planned, I see, so that you don't have to go to Illinois, Chicago. I see what you did.
I will have tales of Scotland when I return. I might speak with an accent when we get back.
That would be fun. Devin Taylor batting for the Hoosiers in the 6th. 1 ball, no strikes. Buter pitches. This is ripped into right. Nelson moving back. Andy caught it as Nelson was sprinting to the track. Woo! Taylor destroyed that ball, but right to Andy.
Do you think 112 is destroyed?
Wow. Not enough elevation. I can see why Taylor is the star of the team. And
pro teams might like him.
Yes. 2 down for Dickerson. Runner at first. Buter from the stretch deals. Low and out.
And here's another guy that can put up 110, 112, 114 velo numbers. So,
and he doesn't need any help from the wind either.
No, so locate well here, get out of the inning, get back in the dugout.
Buter pitching away from him twice. So we'll miss you for Washington. We'll miss you at UIC and most likely most of the Oregon State series.
Certainly most of it. It's just a matter of whether it's all of it or not.
Buter with a pause. He'll throw it over to first. Most importantly, though, we'll have you back for Oregon.
Yes. Yes, sir. We'll not miss that one for anything at this point.
Banks will be up for grabs that weekend, I'd imagine.
And that's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so be ready for that one. Different one.
2-0 pitch. Dickerson fouled it off his foot. Ouch. Game times for that Oregon series. It'll be your last chance to see the Hawks in Iowa City for a conference game. We do have Illinois State on Tuesday, okay, and then at Washington, at UIC, against Oregon State in Des Moines. Thursday, May 15th, 6 o'clock against Oregon. The following night, Friday, May 16th, same time, 6 o'clock against the Ducks. Saturday at 1 on Senior Day in Iowa City. 2-1 pitch, tapped foul over to the left. So 6, 6, and 1. May 15th through 17th, a little bit different, up a day.
And you've talked to your meteorological friends, going to make sure the weather's good.
Fingers crossed.
Get a great crowd here and crown ourselves a Big Ten champion.
That is the goal. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Buter's worked back. With 2 outs, long pause, he pitches. Strike 3 called, slider on the outer edge. Buter with the strikeout of Dickerson. Iowa continues their impressive pitching on the weekend. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Iowa leading 6-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Not all internet is created equal. It's a lot like choosing a quarterback. Technically, you could sign up any new rookie provider on the block, but the success of every device in your home depends on it. Will they perform in the clutch, or will they buffer under pressure? Extreme provides the speed you need with a 100% gigabit technology network and amplified Wi-Fi. And unlike signing a quarterback, Extreme Internet requires no contracts. There's only one pick to lead your team. It's Extreme, powered by Mediacom.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll's conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oaknoll.com to learn more.
John Evans and John Leo in Iowa City. The Hawkeyes wrapping up the series with the Indiana Hoosiers today. Looking for the sweep. It is 6-0 Iowa, bottom 6. Here's Caleb Wolf to lead things off against Yarberry.
Purdue scored 14 runs in the top of the 3rd.
Whoa. They're in control over Illinois, huh?
It's 15-3.
You bet the wind's blowing out there?
Well,
from the south. It's probably from the south over there, too. Can't remember their stadium. It seems to be blowing out most of the time.
No matter which direction the wind's blowing?
Yeah. Yarberry's 0-1 is outside.
14 runs in the top of the 3rd inning.
That's a long one. How many pitching changes, if you had to guess?
Ooh.
Don't look it up. Well,
3.
3, okay. Started a guy.
Got ran,
yep.
got ran.
So 4 total pitchers, you think?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to look that up.
Kyle's on it.
2 balls and a strike on Wolf. Iowa's been held off the scoreboard back-to-back innings. But in control. 2-1 to Caleb. Is lined left side, foul.
Michigan State has 3 outs to score 3 runs to avoid getting swept by bitter rival Michigan.
Ooh. They have fallen off the cliff, the Spartans.
4 pitchers in that inning.
We got it. We nailed it. Counts even at 2. Caleb's been productive today with an RBI single and a sac fly. He sends a swinging bunt left side. Yarberry picks it up off the mound. Throw to first is just in time to get Caleb.
Good bounce there from Yarberry. Thought Caleb had a chance.
Indiana's going to have some work to do to turn things around here towards the end of their season. Midweek, they play at Evansville. They were supposed to host Abilene Christian next weekend for their bye week. And for some reason, ACU cannot come to Bloomington.
Ooh.
So guess what?
Are they really going there?
Indiana's going down there.
Midweek, wow.
Weekend series.
Yeah, weekend, yep. But in the middle of the Big Ten season,
yes.
That's a heavy trip.
All the way down to Abilene, Texas. They'll come home and play rival Purdue in their final home series. Jackson Frost, the batter, count 1-1 on him. They'll play Purdue, and then get this. They go to Cincinnati in a midweek before their Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Michigan.
Wow, they're playing a midweek on that Tuesday?
Yes. Iowa does not do that. That's why we play the double midweek. 1-1 is a called strike, low outside corner, 1-2. But it gets worse, in my opinion. They bus to Ann Arbor from Bloomington, play the series against Michigan, and then go directly to Omaha from Ann Arbor. They do not go home.
Pack big.
Ooh. Next pitch to Frost. He sends right back up the middle into the shift. Cerny is there, the second baseman. He throws out Jackson. 2 down. That's a disgusting travel month for Indiana the rest of the way. And we've gotten to know their communications crew. Jared, their SID, does an awesome job. And their radio broadcaster just on the other side of the booth here. I don't think they can hear us. Austin, he's great too. And 2 of our favorite guys in the league. And just hearing that story and their travel plans, yeah.
Does not sound entertaining.
2 outs for Andy Nelson. He takes ball 1. Now, we go to Seattle next weekend. The flight out there is fine, whatever. It's a reasonable time in the morning. But we're going to be getting back Monday after that series, Monday morning before the sun is up. Getting back.
And then camp out and then basically go right back to Chicago for the midweek game.
Yeah. Wednesday at UIC. Get back late night that night.
You're also doing your rain dance for that one to make sure that it rains on that day.
Please, please, please rain. 2-0 to Nelson's upstairs, ball 3. Not scared of UIC, but in terms of playing a road midweek before, you hope that you're real sharp for Oregon State over in Des Moines. That's what it's really about.
Well, because that's the flip side then, too. Your drive.
Nelson swings at the 3-0, drives it deep to center. It is gone. Andy Nelson's second home run of the day.
Really, that's not even a cookie. That's 91, top of the zone, maybe even above the zone and away. And somehow Andy hits it 105 and 421. Welcome back, Andy Nelson. Boy, would he be a fantastic addition if he looks like the third-team All-Big Ten guy.
Okay, Andy. 7-0 Hawks. Nelson responsible for 3 of the 7 runs today. Ben Swales is up now. Fastball low and out. But to finish that thought, John, come back from UIC late at night and go basically right to Des Moines the next morning and get ready to play Oregon State.
Yeah, because Iowa wants to practice. Coach Heller wants to practice in Des Moines because you're going back to natural grass and dirt as opposed to the turf. So he wants to see it. And it's a great place to get to before Omaha, which will also be grass and turf. Or I'm sorry, grass and dirt.
Yes. Two balls and a strike on Swales with 2 outs here in the 6th. 7-0 Iowa in control. Pitch. Ben sends opposite field down the right field line, and it'll land in the Iowa bullpen, 2-2.
Nebraska 2 outs away from winning that series, 21-5 over Maryland.
Oh my goodness. 2-2. Swales lays off a pitch in the dirt. Nicely done.
Michigan State hit a home run to lead off the 9th, but now 1 out, still trail 6-4.
Yarberry ready with the 3-2. Here it comes. Ben with a half swing. Defensive swing. He got a piece of it, hit it foul, did his job.
So he made an out the last time. Got fooled on that off-speed pitch and drug the bat through the zone. And swinging bunt got tossed out at first.
See if he can get on for the first time today. Any way will do, Ben. 3-2. Up and away, ball 4.
Really good at bat there. Way to keep battling, stay alive.
And we'll go to the top of the order now.
I don't think Ben Wilmus was intimidated by Grable, but I also don't think he's sad to see him gone.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Wilmus 0 for 3 this afternoon. Very good yesterday. 2 singles, a home run, and a walk. He comes up in the bottom of the 6th with Iowa leading 7-0. First pitch to Wilmus. Ground ball, sharply hit to Cerny. He juggles it, can't locate it. No play. That got on him quickly.
That's the first time we've seen, Indiana not a great fielding team, and that's the first time we've seen it bite them, as that's a double play ball there. That ball's 105 off the bat from Wilmus, though.
Error on Cerny, and so Wilmus reaches.
Ball just kind of scooted off the turf.
It did. Boy, that second hop was the one that really took off.
Yeah, and it's funny, a little outside and up, and then a little inside out on the swing. Then you kind of get it spinning that way off the turf, and with that much speed, boy, you don't get a lot of recovery time there. Of course, when it's hit that hard, you just kind of need to corral it and find it out.
The problem was that it got through him a bit and got behind him. If he knocked it down, straight down, it would have been okay, but it got through him a bit. Here's Gable Mitchell with 2 outs. First pitch to Gable. Check swing. And it will not even send it down to third. He did not go.
Yeah, to steal your hockey term, it kind of squirted through the 5-hole.
Right.
And just kind of sat underneath him, and he couldn't find it.
14th error of the season for Cerny. 7-0 Iowa, bottom of the 6th. There are 2 outs, 2 on for Gable Mitchell. The 1-0 is high.
Garberry looked unhittable when he first came in the game. Of course, Grable did too in his first inning, so Iowa hitters kind of figuring it out. We talked about what adjustment would they make.
Some 2-out damage and now traffic. Yarberry's 2-0. Upstairs, ball 3.
Michigan State hits another home run. It's 6-5.
Oh.
1 out in the top of the 9th.
Don't want that.
Don't care.
All right.
Won't
drop him, will it?
Won't drop him all the way out of it. It's fine.
I trust you, John.
Takes away their breathing room for the quad 1 win.
3-0 to Gable. Hit well, down the line and right, carrying, get going, baby! It is gone! Gable Mitchell, 3-run shot to right.
104 off the bat, 419 as Gable Mitchell sits on a get-me-over fastball and says, get me gone.
Second home run of the inning for the Hawks on a 3-0 count. Nelson hit it out to left center on 3-0. Gable hit it out to right field on a 3-0 pitch. 10-0 Hawks, bottom 6.
Iowa now 3 outs away.
Maybe not done. Here's Reese Moore. First one to Reese. Outside, ball 1. The Hawks are 3 outs away from another run rule victory. They'll face the middle of the order. 4, 5, and 6. Hanley, Denny, and Cerny in the 7th when we get there. 1-0 pitch to Reese. Took it on the inner edge, 1-1.
We've had the wind blowing out, and Iowa didn't need any of it on the home runs they've hit. They've all been barreled and sent for a ride.
The 1-1 outside. See if Reese can get on the action. When was the last time Reese hit a home run? I guess it's our job to know that, isn't it? I was halfway through the question. I thought I should stop. 2-1. Up and away, ball 3.
I'm only setting ourselves up for bad things here.
He's got 9 of them on the season. 3 balls, 1 strike. Yarberry out of the windup. He pitches to Moore. Popped it up, left side. Moore moving over beyond the Indiana dugout. He caught it in foul ground for the 3rd out. The Hawks are 3 outs away. It's 10-0. We'll go to the 7th. Run rule is in play. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
FS Envision seed corn and FS high soy soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and high soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Brown Deer Golf Club in Coralville, featuring Bunkers Bar and Grill. Enjoy a great Bunkers menu with burgers, chicken salads and wraps, and Gimmy's Pizza and Wings, a new pop-up menu at Bunkers that's all about savory pizza and mouth-watering wings. To-go orders are welcome, as are you and your family at Brown Deer Golf in Coralville.
As we get to the top of the 7th, Iowa leading 10-0. And the Hawkeyes go to the bullpen to call on Ben Detay to get these final 3 outs. Detay, the left-handed reliever, redshirt senior from Clive.
I'm still waiting for my screen to refresh.
Reese Buter's day is done. 6 innings, 3 hits, shutout baseball, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. And Detay.
Ben's been in 17 games this year, 0-3, 4.38 ERA. Does have 2 saves, 24 2/3, giving up 12 runs. Popped out of play for strike 1, 13 walks, and 37 strikeouts for Ben.
Run rule territory for the Hawks. Keep Indiana off the board, and we'll go home early. Strike 2 from Detay on Hanley, who struck out in the first. He reached on an error his last time up in the 4th. Detay out of the windup, the 0-2. Just outside. Good pitch from Ben.
We've had that squishy outer zone, so Hawkeye fans are a little irritated.
1-2 now, the pitch from Ben. Look out in the Indiana dugout. Sharp line drive, heads up.
Boy, that had everybody dancing over there. Ben's 7th appearance in the Big Ten.
It's 1-2. We'll do it again. The pitch from Detay. Lifted down the left field line. Long run for Wilmus. He's coming forward. Ben is there. He caught it in foul ground. 1 down.
Hawks had a pretty heavy shift on. Hanley makes an extremely defensive swing and almost hit it into a good spot.
One away for Hogan Denny in the 7th. Iowa up 10-0. First pitch strike from Detay, filling it up. The 0-1. That's high and tight. Backing Denny up a bit. Denny has a base hit, one of Indiana's 3 on the day.
Hawkeye pitching this weekend has been outstanding.
1-1. Back foot slider missed. 2 balls and a strike. From the windup, Detay offers the 2-1. High strike call, 2-2. Ben gets on the rubber, ready to pitch it. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off in the air to the right. Iowa looking for back-to-back run rule victories for the 2nd time this season. Midweek at Bradley on April 1st to start the month. And run rule Northwestern in the Friday game. 2-2, swing and a miss. He got Denny, 2 down.
Good work there from BDT.
Could be the last chance for the Hoosiers. Cerny comes up. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Iowa up 10-0 in the 7th. No balls and a strike. The pitch from Dete. Outside, 1-1. Ben working quickly. He's ready. The 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Iowa fans on their feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Ground ball. Dete fields it. He steps. He throws. Game over. Hawks win. 10-0 in 7.
This Indiana team hasn't been shut out since their 3rd game of the season. The #1 offensive team in the conference is mowed down this weekend by Hawkeye pitching.
Heck of a weekend for the Hawkeyes. A sweep of the Hoosiers. 2-run rule victories for Iowa. Now 31-12 on the season, 20-4 in the Big Ten. Are you kidding me?
Iowa gave up 3 runs this weekend.
Wow.
3 runs.
All right, we'll break it down when we come back. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. The BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for $0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months. Plus, save up to $1,500 on select equipment. Now through September 30th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Check out Kubota's winning lineup. Visit KubotaUSA.com to find your local dealer.
As we get into our post-game coverage, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. All Iowa today, all Iowa this weekend. The Hawkeyes sweep Indiana. Starting Friday night with a 2-1 winner in 10, 13-2 in 7 yesterday, and a shutout today for the Hawks, 10-0 over Indiana. John, coming into this series, a little bit worried about the Hoosiers, arguably the best team that Iowa has faced, especially on the offensive side, and Iowa dominated them.
Well, the last 2 days particularly, the Iowa hitters executed the game plan to perfection. And then you get great start from Aaron Savory, and man, let's completely give Reese Buter his props here. 6 innings today, 3 hits, just walked 1, struck out 7. In those 6 innings, he faced just 21 batters as he was the beneficiary of 2 double plays as well. And then give Andy Nelson some credit too, a guy that's started the year with a lot of hype and potential and hasn't quite worked out exactly right for him as he battled through an injury and a slow start. But, man, a couple home runs today and really saw the ball well.
Reese Buter gets the win, 5-0 on the season. So happy for Reese, the season that he's having.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's been, you know, we mentioned it during the broadcast, everything you want out of a Sunday starter. He's dependable, he's experienced, so you know when you kind of know what you're going to get when you hand him the ball. You trust him to get outs and get it done. And he's given Iowa a ton of quality starts this year.
Iowa 10 runs on 8 hits, 1 error in the field. Indiana shut out, no runs, 3 hits. They had 1 error. As Iowa completes the sweep in probably the most impressive win of the weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Another complete top-to-bottom finish for the Hawks.
10-0 in 7. We'll take our final break of postgame. Coach Sutherland is on his way up. Excited to talk to him. We'll hear from him after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schasberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready, an award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
Ten to nothing, Iowa beats Indiana today in 7 innings to complete the sweep. We're joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland. Coach, that was a great performance by your team today.
Yeah, guys just continue to show up all weekend. You know, you get an emotional win on Friday, and you're just hoping there's no letdown. Saturday they showed up, you know, and they weren't satisfied. Showed up again on Sunday, and that's the one thing this team continues to do is show up.
Another sweep, Coach, 4th of the season of a Big Ten opponent.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of hard to really even – I don't want to say hard to fathom because that's not the word. It's just sweeps are hard. And for this team to continue to show up every day in the manner in which they're doing it against good teams and you know, being able to just bring – we always talk about it takes what it takes, right? Like regardless of what happened the previous day, there's no goodwill or ill will the next day. You got to do the same things over again, right? You just got to continue to do them. And this team's consistency with that mindset has been incredibly impressive to watch.
Let's talk about the defense first, Coach, and the pitching. We'll start with Reese. Great start from Reese, and then talk to us about the weekend that the pitching staff had against this Indiana offense.
Well, Reese, I am so proud of Reese. You know, Reese, you know, last year, you know, he just couldn't get right, you know, and it was loud. It wasn't fun for him, and you know, to just continue to believe in yourself. They made a couple mechanical tweaks, I think, this fall that have helped. But I think the biggest thing is it's just because it's Reese and who he is as a person to continue to persevere through a really difficult stretch last year and kind of one of those things where he's looking around like, what is going on here? And, you know, for him to continue to stack good starts, not an easy day to pitch. The wind's blowing straight out. You know, you've had 2 rough days offensively as far as where the wind is. And today's that day you're thinking, man, it's going to be a slugfest type of thing. But, man, Reese was in total control. You know, only walks 1 guy. Just efficiency. You know, 82 pitchers, 81 pitches through 6. Just can't say enough about his effort. And then you mentioned the staff in general. I mean, we just gave up 3 runs to Indiana. Wow. In 3 games. I mean, just I don't even know what to say. Sean just called a great reg games all weekend, but they've been doing this, man. That's been consistent. You know, we're leading the Big Ten in pitching and a lot of different categories. So these guys have continued to just be themselves. And I just when I look through the box score and I just kind of think back to this, it's just the contributions across the board, right? And you're never leaning on somebody. If somebody's off that weekend, there's other guys picking you up. You look at what Andy and Jackson did and Caleb did. Caleb gets a start today, you know, gets us going with the RBI single, gets a sac fly, and Blake's playing his butt off. But Blake's okay. He's like, hey, no, it's Caleb's better shot here today. That's okay. He's a great teammate. Jackson, you know, doesn't get a lot of shots and then comes out, you know, the last 2 days and is outstanding. And then Andy with the 2 homers, you know, if Andy's drawn up how his senior year would go, this is not what he's drawn up. Yeah. But, man, when you just keep fighting the right things and you keep the right things or keep the main thing, the game comes back to you, and you're just really happy in those instances when it does.
This weekend has shown that maybe the best baseball now coming to the top here down the stretch.
Well, I mean, that's certainly what you hope for, right? I mean, the work you put in every day is all based upon the belief that we need to get better. You want to be playing your best baseball in April, May, and June, You only are able to do that by showing up every day. And it was funny, we had a recruit and his mom in today, and I was just talking about the work on a game day and how important it is. We talk a lot to these guys that, we get 6 days with them a week, right? Mm-hmm. And when you're in the season, 4 of those are game days. At least 4 are game days. And if you don't utilize those in a way to get better, then you're never going to continue to get better through the course of the year. If it's only at practice, when you think that that's going to be the day you're going to get better, you're just going to be in a slog. And this group has used that BP. I tell the hitters all the time, you better be working in BP. Just because the wind's blowing out, I don't want to just see guys trying to launch balls. We need to do what we do, and the rest will take care of itself. And that mentality has been taken by our group, and it's just fun to watch them go about their everyday work.
20-4 in the Big Ten, Coach.
Pretty crazy, and it doesn't get any easier. And that's what, again, going back to this group and just how they're able to just show up every day. You got to continue to show up. It doesn't get any easier. And you got a midweek game. You only got four more times at home here. You got one on Tuesday, and then you got a really difficult trip out west to Washington, who's playing really well. And you're the targeted, and that's okay. And we just control what we can control, which is this group has done a great job with. And we take the next one when it comes. So that's what we'll do. We'll certainly be happy and enjoy a great weekend, not only by the guys in our dugout, but, man, Hawk fans showed up and were rowdy and today got loud, which I loved. Again, they can impact the game, and I hope they know they are impacting, what's happening on the field. So hopefully we do really well here the last 4 home games and in Des Moines. This team will just keep plugging away.
Let's finish strong, Coach. Congrats on the
Thanks,
win today.
John.
Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland on our postgame show from Banks. We've got plenty of highlights to hear from this 10-0 win over Indiana. Let's play them now, Morgan. Buter, ground ball up the middle. Swales grabs it right behind second. He touches the bag, throws it to first, and Wolf picks it out of the turf for a 4-3 double play. Sign comes in. Grable pitches the 0-2. Wolf sends it up the middle. Malamazian dives, and it's into center field. Mitch Bowe giving Rogers the wave. Here's the throw to the plate. Cut off, and the Hawkeyes are on the board first. RBI single, Caleb Wolf. The 3-2. Andy hits high and deep. Get going, baby. It is over the scoreboard. 2-run bomb for Andy Nelson. Touch 'em all. From Buter is on its way home. Hit on the ground, left side. Mitchell's got it. He flips to second for one. Over to first. Double play. Textbook 6-4-3. Grable pitching from the windup, brings home the 1-1. Gable hits in the air, center field. Dickerson moving back, it's over his head, and it bounces off the wall. Mitchell coasts into second, hitting a screaming liner into center. Nelson swings at the 3-0, drives it deep to center. It is gone! Andy Nelson's second home run of the day. 3-0 to Gable. Hit well, down the line and right, carrying, get going, baby! It is gone! Gable Mitchell, 3-run shot to right. Iowa fans on their feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, ground ball. Dete fields it. He steps, he throws. Game over. Hawks win 10-0 in 7. And the sweep of Indiana is complete. The Hawkeyes now 31-12 overall. The 20-win mark in league play. 20-4 in the Big Ten. We're back on Tuesday at home here at Banks. 6 o'clock, first pitch against Illinois State. The Redbirds come to town on Tuesday night. That'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball this weekend. Really want to send our appreciation to Morgan, who is filling in for Michael today. Michael is our outstanding board op almost every game. Michael couldn't make it into work today. We're thinking of Michael. Hopefully that everything's okay and we have him back on Tuesday. But Morgan did a great job, and the board op crew down in Jeff City keeps us on the air, so we're very appreciative of our crew down there. Thank you, Morgan, for your great work. My color analyst, John Evans. I'm John Leo saying so long from Banks. Great weekend. Great job, Hawkeye fans. And the guys took care of business over Indiana this weekend. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye, and some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Iowa Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Mid-American Energy. Call 811 before you dig. It's the law. Visit midamericanenergy.com for natural gas safety tips. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Also brought to you by Wellmark, here for every member, every moment. Learn more at wellmark.com. U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.